People say you no go grow. Some man say you no go make am. You mama say you big for nothing. The name they call you na Popolipo. Even the pikin where you born, no, they call you failure. Even the woman where you get, so they call you failure. Be patient, you them go reach, you them go come. By God in power, by God in power, by God in power, by God in power. This year, na them go shame. If they try, na them go fail. Then the start up them. Then the fire them. Then the fire, fire. Then the fire, fire. Wicked people, fire, fire. Then the fire, fire. Every day, now all out. Na big trouble. Mr. Big Man, poverty, I'm Mr. Bad Man. Forget the way you look, you compete. Look better, go compete. Forget the way you feel, you compete. Look better, go compete. What's my God, now in the shape? Now in the shape. All man go get. Hey, hey. Yeah, by God in power. By God in power, by God in power, by God in power. Mr. Ziggy, this year, na them go shame. If they try, na them go fail. Then the start of them, then the fire them, then the fire, fire, then the fire, fire. Fire, fire, tender, fire, fire. Here me, Walibena, Emo, Dongo, na body, tender, fire, fire, tender, fire, fire. Biggest people, fire, fire, tender, fire, fire.
Young Lee on the beats.
Oh na 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 na. See na act mannequin. Yeah man. Something they up in this net. Between me and you to this net. Baby girl, you not me interest. So let the guardian angel witness. Where they bless you with me sweetness. Oh yeah. Turn your light down low. Turn your light down low. Baby, turn your light down low. So baby, come on, keep it on the low. Yeah. Anything for you, anything for you. I go do anything for you. Anything for you, my baby. Tell me what you need to feel. Look inside it, tell me what you need to see. Put your hand, tell me what you need to feel. Look inside it, tell me what you need to see.
holla mama. Stop the faking girl, give me your number. But you, baby girl, I don't wanna. If any man test you not drama. Yeah, see I like English, you not deal with the grammar. I like you pass rest, show me to your mama. Yeah, listen next, the pow 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 pow. Una call act when the guy we know. Say each and every time if a man come test, we go die. And you know, say each and every time if a man come test, we go die. Say a baby girl, bring her back. Preach me like a good song, bring me back. Say, sabi rap a tam pom 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 pom.
Something that happened this night. Between me and you to this night. Me and you to get one big bet. Me and you to go gas on business. Me and you to not fit in bed. Right. Turn your light down low. Turn your light down low. Baby, turn your light down low. So baby, come on, keep it on the low. Yeah. Anything for you. Anything for you. I go do anything for you. Anything for you, my baby. Tell me what you need to feel. Look inside it, tell me what you need to see. Hey man, I see you, man. Tell me what you need to feel. Young Lee, you not never done, bro. Swagger.
The Lonstar Union UK, Look, proudly presents Just Dance. Look, Me, Are, Look, You, Volume 2. Saturday, 26th of October 2019, at JK Banquet Hall, Forest Hill, London, SE23 2NE. Doors open 8 PM. Fee £25 flat. Music by DJ Little & Co. Come and support Look for the betterment of the Lonsar community in the area of education, health, art and culture. For info, call 0783 765 6229.
Money will go on, I saw them say. Me know they jump for me, you know way. Papa just say, anytime I catch up, now holiday. Now holiday. So now forgive me the pay. I want enjoy me holiday. Me holiday. I'm stingy. I leave your melody. I saw we hustling, body do no man me. For this same money thing, what could them a funny me? All kind of one name, I saw them a calling me. So, the big up all the hustlers in the streets where they find it difficult for getting for easier. In a easier. Some not even get side for sleep. I can't what they say, fry you baba day. They said they go sabi usai the money day. Yeah, me not go the wrong way. I just believe say me I must sabi day. Man them day I still lay also for the paper. No the joke, no the blow for vendor paper. I say we day I still lay also for the money. Money make me brother man turn me. We wake up on me tracks, stick my day. How we dey hustle for the paper every day. Money will the ball, I saw them say. Me know they joke for me, oh no way. Papa just say, anytime I catch up now holiday. Now holiday. So now forgive me the pay. I want enjoy me holiday. Me holiday.
Awa ka soto gbenge tege ka gbab kalo wilo mi gben bito wa te kele me yo ka uska de kelenge awa ka tori ne ke gbenge awa ma ma wona mi moke de bito wa
If you having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but a car ain't one. Wheels for sure, got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, oh man, forget it. Who would've thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, boom, let's go. Wheels for sure, car leasing for every credit score. If you having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but a car ain't one. Wheels for sure, got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, oh man, forget it. Who would've thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, boom, let's go. Wheels for sure, car leasing for every credit score.
some charity organization then, now for each people money, no more they sabi. They know they did not help to people then at the wall. But then charity, then left to God. Well, the real charity organization will always they support them, picking them what they need, what they support people them all over West Africa, not them me they can speak and spoke a light to the world. And I tell everybody, that's why I boku thing they don't do. They don't build school. Now plenty Africa country them. And more especially now West Africa, Liberia, Guinea-Bissau. It's go Gambia. They don't build it, including Sierra Leone. And they don't help boku people them. For let themselves not say, the charity organization we see them based in the UK, so not up a lie. Then they pull your money, contributing for help people them, not Africa. And not to no other charity organization, no Bamioma organization. Bamoma organization, the slogan says, together we can make it happen. And they don't make it happen, well, now then get them dinner, where they take place right inside UK, that's in London, England, yes, inside British. So now already, Bamoma charity organization, they have vulnerable children there. And on 14 September this year, 2019, then dinner will take place right inside UK. Now, River of Life Center inside UK. So that be great. Me say Africa for that day. For sure, I said this charity organization mean a vulnerable big man, adults, picking children. So they will all support them. 14 September inside UK, River of Life, where Bamioma Association, one a charity organization, they bring come this sweet dinner and celebrate for the fauna. Well, now look up some of the things them what Bamioma charity organization don't do. Well, any information what you want now, you can contact them people here. Prince Koroma, Kalawa Ture, Abdul Ture, and Madam Kadi Koroma. Bamioma organization. Bamioma organization. Together we can make it happen.
No matter the hard times, keep on trying. Hallelujah. Why you full and for food and this?
Fambolema go by the name of Succulent, and first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to all we can support me and United Artists for the past show we do, and glad you could turn up. But I just want you on another surprise. The 20th of September coming, me and United Artists, and all the DJs, artists and promoters, you know, let we come na club Nollywood September 20. September 20 for just 10 pounds. Carlo can get good time. You know, the performance, not to alter the give. And there plenty more, plenty more. You know, I want to can get a good time. I can enjoy, you know. Can enjoy salon music. Can enjoy entertainment. So all the artists that we can I have with all respect. We can have DJs and promoters then. You know, the other organizations, they are the cause of the beginner. So now I can be part of this historical event. We at the goodbye show. We're at the 20th of September. My club from 10 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock. From 10 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock. One more time, I'm Mr. Godman, the band phone. Money there for fire, that somebody, one grip of all over God. You know, and plenty other new songs. I go for shock now because I got a new song to introduce. So we meet today on the 20th of September, Club Nollywood, Minnesota, and they say,
If you're having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but I can't write one. Wills for sure got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, man, forget it. Who would have thought I'd be accepted more? but now I got the keys. I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, boom, let's go. Wills for sure. Car leasing for every credit score.
Scared away because they feel say they can't do the 5K run. But actually, some people did the 5K, some people walked, some people ran, some people walked, some people just jogged, and everybody did what they could. And it was a really great day. A bit disappointing, we not get enough turnout. And I think this is a cry out to all to our community. I dey always say this, and I will continue for say this, and I will say until pass the told me more. It's basically well body na gentry. The same effort will they take, the same effort and or whether we don't get small issue with, or they blame the doctor. And the doctor not sabi work, or na the nurse not sabi work. But you don't ask yourself, say, what do you do? What do you do to well-being? When you be there, see, notice them, sign them. You go talk to your doctor, you talk to somebody, you go ask for further information. So do ya all them things they are what they do. Like I say, na me live that day, we are about to change the status quo in our community. We not say no to everybody who come on board one time, but believe you me, I feel say with time, a lot of people will come on board because this is not about blame culture. This is not about waiting set. It's about health and well-being. And we all know say sickness or die or now remember not the photo now one man do much. It not a peak. It no matter whether you rich. It no matter whether you poor. It no matter whether you black. It no matter whether you white. It no matter whether you're Asian. It no matter whether you short, you tall, you long, you big, you fat. Sickness na sickness. It they meet you the same way we die self they meet you. So we need for they pay attention to some of them things there. Get involved. Get with Pekin involved. That day was fantastic. The family they were come with them Pekin, they actually did something with them Pekin. Where again take we to one of the things them they try for raise awareness of. Let us spend time with we Pekin them. Some people go say, oh, are they work? Are they give me Pekin all what you want? Actually, the Pekin and no want what you they give them. What is the most invaluable thing you go give them? Now you time. Sometimes we can feel say if we work, we give them, we able to provide for them the next trainers in fashion or make sure say when they want something and get them. That is what we sometimes think say are the best thing. Actually, we did get a lot of information from Pekin, especially teenagers, where they tell we say we need for talk. we need for pay attention to them. Today, this morning, me and my brother Tala, we attend one with young man in Fino. He was only 25 years old. And I know say a lot of people they know who they talk about, but for confidentiality sake, I'm not going to mention the name and I'm not going to mention the situation. But it's one of the situations where I want to talk about, which is mental health issues and how we can support one another and how we can support the community. Now, one of the cousin that we talk today, now this one of the things that now they end in eulogy with. It tell we say we parents them, we African parents, we don't come born with pikin and aya. Let we try for understand say we cannot raise them the way we were raised. Let we try for understand say they need we time, they need we understanding, they need we patience, and they need we love. The need for no say we day there. The need for. So my brother and sister them, if you now want parents will be feel say as long as I go do that 12-hour shift back to back 6 days a week, once they get the best PlayStation, the top most Xbox, the most up-to-date phone, they are okay. No, they are not okay. That moment then they go tell you say they're okay. But believe you me, them picking their way them big way, you need their time now. That they turn around and tell you say, you didn't give me time. How do you expect me to care about you now when you didn't care about me? And poor mommy or daddy go there, you put your first now, you say, this big here when me don't buy it, I don't work, I don't suffer for, I don't get this, I don't get this, I don't get, and they can't even tell me so. So do you have me brothers and sisters then? Let we use the opportunity there for get together, facilitate and promote community cohesion, be together, talk to one another, try for support one another, love one another, and be kind to each other. I think it's very, very important. So today we're going to talk about something to do with women's health. So like I said to Ona last week, I've categorized the way why they do the health show. I've got men's health series, which has got things to do with men's health. But that don't mean say woman enough for listening, because you woman sometimes now we know say now we they pick up a lot for the man them. And likewise, women's health series. Today is the first one. We're going to talk about menopause. And again, this is not just for people where they experience menopause. And this is not just about women. Man themselves, una for joining, because you know what? When some woman they go through some of the symptoms of menopause, you the man within a hospital, you need for understand what they go through. Because if you understand what they go through, then you go able to understand and avoid a lot of small palaver and arguments. Then you go able to understand and avoid a lot of straying away where they make some man they go get himself involved, who's not supposed to get involved. So anyway, going back to the community 5K, I finally got my medal, very personalized. It's at the back, it says Countdown 5K Community Fun Run 2019. I just want to take this opportunity. I'm going to wear it because I'm really proud. I didn't do any running, by the way. What I did was I set up my tent. I bring lots of information leaflets about the various kinds of cancer, about the various issues with heart disease. And then I provide healthy fruits and vegetable pots for people for eat for free. Anybody will come and all the participants that we come, then get everything for free. And so that day, a lot of people who were there were able to achieve their 5 a day. 5 a day for fruits, 5 a day for veg. And also, you know, I want to take this opportunity for thank all the volunteers, all the participants that day. I'm not going to name them, but it was, you know, what would man say, less is more. There wasn't too many people. It didn't have 200 people or so. But we that were there, it was good. We had a good time. There was a good camaraderie. and people enjoy themselves, and the children especially enjoy themselves. So thank you very much, DJ Little and DJ Ish. Always count on me. Be rest assured, I'll be there 100% to support you every year, every day, every time, every hour, every minute, every second. For me, it's all about health and well-being, and also bringing the community together. We have to change the status quo. We must change the status quo. So let's move on now to menopause, which is the topic of the day. I've been kind of posting, teasing statements since yesterday, and it kind of got me really excited because people were like, woo, you know, made lots of comments. Some women were very brave, some were a bit sitting on the fence, and you know, a bit of banter happened, and then we just resolved it. It was fine. It was amazing. You know, I got a call from Casada Kitchen yesterday. As soon as I post one of the statements, Casada Kitchen, I think she's also called Daphne Pratt, from America. She called me, and then she was so pleased. She said, oh, this is what I was trying to do, but I've been sabotaged and everything. I said, well, I do it from a different perspective. I do it from a health and educative perspective. So hopefully I will not be shut down for this, because menopause is very important. It's a natural part of life for women. So we need to talk about it. We need for share the experiences, and we need for get people for understand what's going on. So please, we've just posted the number. If you do want to call and join in or share your experience, please do not hesitate. Or if you want to write down your comments, please do not hesitate. We're very, very keen. This is not about me. Like I can always say, I'm not an expert in any of these fields. However, I think I'm a specialist, and I read a lot, and I've learned a lot, and I've studied a lot. I think from the age of 15, all I've done in my life is related to sciences. So when it comes to anatomy and physiology, I think I know a good amount. When it comes to molecular genetics, I think I know a good amount. So let alone when it comes to health, you know, general health and well-being and everything. So apart from my nursing degree, I've got 1 or 2 more degrees that are also science related. So as much as I'm not an expert, I think I'm quite a specialist in this area, so I can try my best. Okay, so let's talk about menopause. Menopause, what does Mariatu say? Hello, Mariatu. It says, from all the feedbacks from the adults and children who attended, they said it was really good and useful to them. Very good cause. Keep it up. Thank you. And I'd love to see you, your husband, and your kids next year. So we need to start training. I need to run as well. You know, I'm going to run. And then, hello, Kadi Kadi. Lefanomo. Ula Lefanomo. What is Farella they say now? Farella. Farella, thank you today for joining. You promised you'll join, and I'm very pleased and grateful that you have. That's very lovely. Thank you so much.
The first our voices in 10 years.
Very much appreciated. I know they repeat waiting the producer always done at this corner I say, because I know say what you say you go conky head, you know. I know say what you say you go conky head, so I know they talk. Just trying to read some of the comments. But my mind, you know, say we all now can learn computer. You know. So anyway, I didn't see I've not seen what she said anyway. So anyway, let's move on. So Victoria, you want to know how long it takes. Thanks Susan Banner for inviting me. What takes? Oh, okay. Let's start first. You know, me, I left for pre-debate first, not so. You know, I left for pre-debate, then make them fine before we go the jump at debate. So Victoria, please be at me, we go come to that side. Because I believe say if you pre-debate fine, then you go the done day, you go get a good night's sleep. But if you not pre-debate fine, you go the done day, you dey torment all night because you go get creases and sometimes dirty day per debate and everything. So by that I mean I always like for give background information about the topic where I talk about. So today we talk about menopause. waiting na menopause. Okay, first of all, let's establish one thing. Menopause only gets for do with woman then. Man they know they go through menopause. Now woman they know they go through menopause. And the word menopause means basically where you, a woman, they stop for have your period, your menstruation. And when that they happen, it means you can no longer get pregnant. So what is menstruation all about? We all know say between the age of 9, because now picking them from the age of 9 they hit puberty, between the age of 9 and anything up to 16, 18, girl picking and they hit puberty, which basically means their hormonal levels they increase, their progesterone and the estrogen levels they increase, and then they go through that transition where they become a woman. And by that we mean when they become a woman, then they begin experience things them to do with the reproductive system of a woman. When they prepare you for able for get pregnant and have a child. So then at the time that they begin develop breasts, then they begin see their period, their body odor they change, then they begin get grow hair. Now the the necessary places like we armpit, down to the bits of female reproductive organs and so forth. So that is what happens. So during that stage of puberty, one of the key things you go through is menstruation, which we call period as well. So what's in our menstruation? Menstruation is basically every month, technically, because some people then cycle can different, they call them a cycle, because it either happens every 21 days for some people, or for some people they happen every 28 days. So for every 28 days or every 21 days, one bit of we body, when we call the womb, when a day where you get picking, a day they go sit down. Inside there, we get something, two things them we feel like arm. We hold, we call it fallopian tube. They hold something where we call the ovaries. Now their ovaries then they every 21 days or every 28 days, then they release egg them. Just like we fall, they hatch egg. And so we said they hatch egg. Now what will hatch their egg then they, when they come down to the womb, when at the uterus, if you get sexual intercourse, then the sperm manage for reach day, then the sperm na good sperm, then the egg set them meet up the brackets. That is how pregnancy happens. That is how a woman conceives. That connection between the sperm and the ovum, the egg, we don't come down. They create pregnancy. Now, if you either not sexually active or you sexually active, then the man fire blank bullets, or the bullet not reach on time, because now it's all timed. Then now that egg they burst, because not the sperm not fertilize them, so you not get no use. It just start like where fall hatch egg. When it fall hatch egg, if we take them before it develop, we boil down, we eat them. Fine, no problem. But if we left a day, the fall nurture that egg they keep on the right temperature and everything, they develop and then it break out into a chick. So but where we do them, where we take them first, we know they get them. So I put just a quick picture, just so long I get an understanding of waiting at the same. Okay, just a quick understanding. So it's basically you go see inside the ovary there, it looks like a tree. Basically, it's amazing. It's an amazing. God bless we, woman. I know that, God bless we, big time. It's amazing. So you see, you get the fallopian tube, you get the winner or two arm them. Then you get the ovary. They also they sit down. They see how they travel come and the uterus, and then come they meet up the sperm. We go they travel through the vagina as well. So, but if whether they're not fertilized, obviously then egg then they break and then they turn to blood. When now they see what we see period. Now, then ovaries then they stop for be produced. Now then menopause they come in. Then they stop for be produced, and as you then hormone they will talk about the estrogen, the progesterone. As you stop for produce or the level where they produce they reduce, so the level of activity for let you able release their egg then every month. So now the mechanics of menopause. So some people go ask say menopause na illness. No, menopause not an illness, because menopause is a natural part of aging for us women. It is a natural part, and it can start sometimes between the age of 45 and 55, and sometimes even longer. And it all depends on your estrogen level, how low it gets, in what number of years it gets lower and lower. For people where they want to say, waiting at estrogen, your estrogen are one of the hormones well, it is your sex hormone, basically responsible for let we able, now in the prompt trigger for let the ovary release the eggs, so that it go fertilize or it not go be fertilized, and so forth and so on. So it's very, very important. So please, I hope it's clear so far. So okay, Arun Pape, and let me go to some of this. Oh wow, lots of people watching. Farella said, I prefer my periods to this menopause stage. Woof. I don't know, Farella. I don't like forcing me period. There was a time actually where I go put myself on a coil, Mirena coil, because Mirena coil for some people, it kind of makes you, it's not menopause, but it kind of stops you seeing your period to some extent. It slows it down. Me, I actually go for let them go put me, but you're so right. When I went on that Mirena coil, for a whole year, I suffered. I think the Mirena coil, because it prevent me for seeing my period, so my body begin mimic menopause, and then I begin experience some of the symptoms of menopause, and I did not have a clue. I did not have a clue that was what I was doing to myself. It was a matter of selfishness and convenience, and I don't want this period business, I can't deal with it. I just want for I want to make shortcuts. I be one big shortcut. Thank God tell me say go teach me lesson, So Victoria also said, me too. Jacinta said your diet is also a contributing factor to the okay, we'll get there. Yes, Mrs. Yongawa, welcome. Says, please men come and listen. They will give you a better understanding of what we go through. And indeed, and then they will make una understand why una always think say sometimes we dey nag too much, we get na hand. It will make una understand that. So please listen. Thank you, Arun Pape, for listening. At least we've got a man listening. We've got T-Boy as well listening. Thank you, very much appreciated. I always like your comments, because I always want for no say I am doing the right thing, because it's all about you. I'm trying to serve you, our community. So if I'm not on the right path, please do not hesitate to inbox me and give me constructive criticism. I'm always happy with that. Okay, so like I said, menopause can always begin around the age of 45 to 55. And it's basically waiting to happen. Your estrogen levels, they begin slow down. It is slow down. So if you be there 100, they begin count down to maybe 80, 60, 70, and so. In the UK, the average age for heat menopause is 51. So a lot of we were there in the 40s where things say, this not that for do not with me. We know they're foul. In fact, some of us have already started going through it, which is something we call perimenopause, where you already don't begin for the go through one. So don't shy away from it. And although people, the average age of menopause is 51, there's also a lot of research, and I have come across somebody who is under 40 who's become menopausal. I have come across a lady who experienced menopause when she was only 25. So 1 in 100 people might experience menopause before they're 40. And because what happens when you're menopausal, your period usually starts becoming irregular. And then irregular by what I mean, if you know somebody maybe they bleed for 7 days, you probably they cut down to 5 days or 3 days or 4 days, or you go bleed 2 days, then you cut 1 day, then you begin back another 2 days, or instead of you be 28, like me myself, I'm gonna use myself as an experience because I think I'm now perimenopausal. I've just turned 45. I think for the last year I've been perimenopausal. So now what thing they happen to me, I either see my period every 2 weeks or I go a month and not see it. Now my dear friend who is also perimenopausal, she knows herself, is now waiting in the go through is she's constantly seeing her period. So it's so different for different people, but it's all the process is your body they begin to warn you, say, I'm changing, things are happening. And this process sometimes can take up to 4 years. This perimenopausal stage can take up to 4 years. And it usually starts in your mid to late 40s. So I am not surprised I've started experiencing it because, like I said, I've just gone 45. I'm heading for 46 now. So kind of like it's spot on what's happening to me. And to be honest with you, I am so scared because already how I'm feeling, and already with what I know it's probably it's not gonna get better for the next 5 to 10 years probably. It's not gonna get better. So I'm kind of like, doing this as well is helping me research, get myself together and look at what we need to do and what we don't need to do, So let me see what's that. Kasada Kitchen, very good. How long is a piece of string? Ask my GP. Thanks, Evelyn Johnson, for inviting me. Okay. Men go through midlife crisis, yeah, but nothing close to what we go through, my dear sister Jacinda. Men are so lucky, isn't it? I don't really know what, I don't know why. Papa God, I know they question you, but you just gave men such an easy time, man. It's just unbelievable. They don't go through puberty as we do. They don't get pregnant. They don't carry the baby and go into labor. They don't then get and go through menopause. But damn, they're the pain. So the need for listening and understand what we go through. Anyway, so then, like I mean, they say we get premature menopause when it happens to people then, where I say it's usually 1 in 100 people. And most of them people that there's medical reasons why. It might be genetic disorder. There's a syndrome called Turner syndrome where people them the genes the way for produce for make all things work. Like if you think of a puzzle, if some of the pieces are missing, you cannot make it up. That is what happens in some of those people. So because then genes that they're missing, then they get a syndrome where they stop them for produce eggs, or it slow down the estrogen level at a very younger age. So that is one of the medical reasons. Another medical reason is the low follicles. If you remember the picture where I show now, then things that will like say that they hold the ovaries them. If they're not cool enough for hold the ovaries properly, the ovary not able to release the egg then. So then they create problem where they make them people that they reach menopause at a very early age. And then of course autoimmune system, where we own immune system they attack we own body, which for example thyroiditis. When you do that, then it means your level of activity they very slow down, so everything not they function properly in your body. So those are some of the medical reasons. Some of the non-medical reasons where na man-made could be smoking, it could be toxins such as pesticides and smoking, which is caffeine. It could be other chemicals. Now make people them when they do cleaning, even a household cleaning. Be very mindful the type of household cleaning stuff that you buy. Now, when you go down to the supermarket and then get a lot of eco-friendly cleaning products, them not only why they smell strong, that means they clean better. Try for use less fumable, one them. And if you are, try make sure so you use a nose and a mouth mask as well, because all these things, it's gradual, but they are doing damages without us knowing, And then of course surgery self can cause early menopause, and for somebody who don't get problems, then they get for do hysterectomy and then also remove it ovaries them. That person they automatically they go become menopausal. And then of course you get other medical issues, like if you got other problems, like if you got cancer and they treat you with chemotherapy or radiotherapy, 9 out of 10 chance it affect you ovaries them, it affect you childbirth activity. So that's kind of the background of what menopause is, why do we have it, and what the process is. So if that's okay with you guys, please give me a thumbs up, and then we can move on to talk about what people really, I think, we're really looking forward to talking about, which is the symptoms. And we're gonna try and be as civilized and professional as possible, because some of it are sensitive symptoms. But please, this is all about learning. Let's not turn it into something else, please. I would very much appreciate that. Not just try for the way to be able to do and talk in a very civilized way. Just trying to see what's what comments are there. Okay. Oh my God, yeah. You see? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I need to read this. Oh my God, you guys. Then spotting, young baby. Mine started in my 40s. Indeed, Vic. Different for everyone. I'm here. Hi, Nunu. And then get your iron levels checked. The ice cubes can be an indication of low iron levels. Yes, some people get serious hot flushes. Yes, my daughter used to eat a lot of ice cubes. It affected her iron. Indeed, they go through puberty. They love sex like nobody's business without taking our hormonal changes. Yes, we go talk to them. We need to talk to them, and we brother them dinner. Look, Siddiqui self dinner. So Siddiqui na for listen, when you listen yourself, you pass the message on. And then Fatima said, my iron level is constantly low, hence the crunching. I take iron, but then I bleed excessively. I'm like a sickle cell patient. I am a sickle cell patient as well. Yes, Vic, your thyroids were taken out. Yes, that accounts for it. Teacher Isatta will tell you, avocado, your greens. Isatta, I was peri since age roughly 35, wondering what was wrong until an elderly, experienced Irish nurse, clinical specialist, gave me the wonderful news. Indeed, Auntie Marie, and this is what I think people need to know. People then feel say, well, you they only be menopause, wait until you whole walk, you sleep, you the waka, or you day in your way 60s. No, and especially with all of life's challenges now, people are actually hitting early menopause because of everything else that we have to deal with now. I wish it would just stop and go away. It's awful. Please don't forget to educate the men as to our irritable mood swings. They better stay out of our way. Okay, Farella. They will, but also, rather than them staying away, let them be more understanding and do the little things that will make the difference and that will calm you down. So I see you've already been talking about the symptoms. Now, the symptoms are quite variable. Some people will experience some people will experience most of it, and some people, believe it or not, are lucky and will not experience nothing. Or some people will experience all of it, So it is very, very important to know that somebody might be experiencing one and you might not experience it. So just in general, some of these symptoms we're talking about is like hot flushes, night sweats, difficulty sleeping, mood swings, vaginal dryness, reduced sex drive, which also is called libido. Those are kind of the key symptoms we're going to focus on. Okay? We're going to focus on these key symptoms and see how best we can talk about them. Some of them, there's not much to talk about them, but some of them, we'll talk about them, and then we look at what can we do in terms of how we can mitigate some of them, or how we can keep some of them under wraps or control, or how we can try and, manage some of them. So if we go first for hot flushes, I think hot flushes is one of the most commonest ones. And when people say hot flush, what do they mean? Some people say hot flush, you go flush the latrine with hot toilet, with hot water. Hot flush is basically where you have this short, sudden feelings of heat, usually in your face. I mean, for us black people, you don't notice it much, but for the lighter skinned people and white people, they actually go red when they go through your face, your neck, your chest. You literally, it's like woof. It comes on like this quick, just comes on whoop swiftly, and then and then it affects you. So that is what a hot flush is. And then the night sweat is pretty much what happens at night, kind of an equivalent of a hot flush, and basically it's the same thing. It kind of makes you quite sweaty at night. Your bed linen gets easily wet. Some people they tell you say it's like they can't throw one bucket water for me. We are weak. That's what it feels like, So it's very important to note that. Now, the next one is not being able to sleep. Now, not being able to sleep causes a lot of issues. The scientific term of not being able to sleep at night is called insomnia, where you stay awake and you just can't sleep. Now, because you're not able to sleep during the night, what happens during the day? You're tired. You feel tired and you're really not able to focus. You're not able to concentrate. And then you get easily irritated. You're very irritable. Something where you usually can tolerate, all of a sudden you're not able to tolerate them. It also affects your memory. And like I said, it affects your concentration. For some people also, this is not a very common symptom, but palpitations. You all of a sudden they notice where you had the beat. Now our heart beats about 71 times in every minute or so, but we don't even notice it most of the time. However, for some people, medical science says they then take notice of their heartbeat very, very quickly. And then another symptom that some people get, the bone dead. I know sometimes when we all meet, us women, we're like, oh, this bone dead, they don't begin. The joint stiffness, the aches and pains, and then the changes in your bone density. By that I mean your bones are not as strong as they used to be anymore. And that is what leads to something we call osteoporosis, because your bone density, your bone they get weaker. Then if it be like a bar of soap, your bone they begin to like the sponge they take for wash dirty dishes. They become very soft. So slight fall down, slight unexpected movement, sometimes they get a fracture. And then of course your muscle mass as well, which generally means your joints then they get more stiff, and then they're able to function properly as you used to. So it's very, very important. And then the other thing which some people can experience is that they get a lot of urinary tract infection, urine infection. So it happens to them lots and lots of times. I will go into why this they happen lots and lots of times with some people, because I think it's very important for people to know that. Tell the men that please, the bones get weak. I know, so they know how to hold it properly, isn't it? They need to nurture it. The older you get, the more they should be caring. And then, of course, we get the reduced sex drive. Now, why make we dey get reduced sex drive with menopause? Why? Wetin na the connection? Wetin na the link? Wetin na this thing? Why, especially for the man dem, una go dey wonder say, na menopause. E dey stop for seeing period, which means now they no get that excuse. They say better not do this net o. But something else happens during that process. So you lose, you gain one, you lose one. So the woman not dey see period anymore, which means you feel say you don't get open season. That means you can go na anytime, no more barrier, no day. However, whilst that dey happen, some woman also the sex drive they reduce. And why the sex drive they reduce? Now the same reason why make a woman they stop for seeing period, which is menopause, the reason is the level of estrogen, which is the main sex hormone, they reduce. So obviously, when that sexual hormone they reduce, they have other impacts, which is sex drive. So the sex drive also they be reduced. So it's very important for we brothers them for understand that and appreciate that, and also we the sister them for understand that. Let you not feel say something seriously wrong with you, or sometimes because some man will say sometimes you don't love me anymore, you don't want for those me, I make you not a feel for me. No, it's got nothing to do with you, the man. You woman, you not got nothing to do with your feelings for that man day. It's just what your body is naturally going through. And we go on to talk about some of the ways where we can help some of these problems when we get, okay? And then, so last but not the least is vaginal dryness. Does the bleeding ever stop? Yeah, sure. The bleeding does stop, Fatima. It does stop. Sometimes it comes in spots for a number of years and then it stops. Like Victoria said, yes, mine has. UTI, yes, frequently, yep. Bones become brittle, yes. Thank you, Zainab, for writing them down. I think it's very important. So people who can catch up later will be able to go back and pick up some of this information. But they could always go back and play this live. And hopefully what we're trying to do as well for people who are not on Facebook, because I'm getting a lot of requests from people who are not on Facebook, we're trying to record these programs so I can then send it to you like I usually do, and then you can watch it via YouTube. You can just watch it on your phone. You don't even have to be registered on YouTube. So that's what we're working on. Zara, what is this? Somehow scary though. It hits people in different ways, which can be sometimes difficult to deal with. Oh yes, Musu, it is. It can be difficult, but I think the more you know about it, the more aware you are about it, the more prepared you'll be. And the more understanding you be, and the better you will be at dealing with some of these issues. And that is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Fibroids makes it worse. Oh yes, because they mimic the ovaries, isn't it? That's what they do. So yes, we're coming to vaginal dryness now. So vaginal dryness is basically wearing with the same estrogen issue again. When the estrogen levels are so low, it causes a number of issues also in the vagina, because remember the vagina is also part of the reproductive system. And some of the things it causes to the vagina, it thins the walls of the vagina. We all know that we've got the vagina walls, and then you hear people talk about their G-spot, when it's hit here, when it's hit there. Now, what the low estrogen level does, it kind of thin those walls, and then reduce the elasticity. Remember, that area then are like rubber band. It can expand and close, which is why, 8-pound baby, they commodity, 10-pound baby, they commodity, then the next minute it's gone back tight. The producer, they only you see them on this place. Look, no, like una sabi Auntie Mary. Look little then they holding head like why everywhere they talk. Auntie Mary. Now the word that too. Oh yes, Indeed, Auntie Marie, our Muslim sisters have this used against them as a cause for bigamy. And not only our Muslim sisters, this is what leads a lot of our brothers to being promiscuous. Because when they don't understand what's in the one with the woman, you get the local one the way you say, that might not sweet again, better not the other again. They go fend other side for go. When go fend other side, it just want go and satisfy. It needs the know that it don't stop for love that woman house, but then waiting they happen. Where go they down they self say, hey, this na good catch, oh, bam. Now then they take it, go forget himself, he eats bell food. When you see that one malene and 2-3 times, it don't done, don't finish. So now the problem is, so now I make I think we brother and they really need for listen to this because then they will appreciate and love the woman the way they are small. So going back to the effect where the low estrogen level gets on the vagina, it thin the walls of the vagina, it reduce elasticity, then it reduce blood flow obviously, which then in return they reduce lubrication because naturally we vagina are like a self-cleaning oven. With vagina is like a self-cleaning oven. It cleans itself. So that is why it produces those lubricants. I know that sometimes it could be you know. Kaseda Kitchen, please call the number. We're on WhatsApp. You can call the number. The number is on it's gonna be posted again. My producer is gonna post it. Please call the number. So the vagina is like a self-cleaning oven. So a lot of people they call and say discharge, and they discharge too much. And sometimes, depending on the time of the month when they go through that cycle, that discharge they can be smelly, it can be thick, it can be brown, it can be watery, it can get different texture and feel and smell, odor. However, there's a reason why it's there. Now, the reason why I'm drawing your attention to this vaginal fluid is because I've had a lot of women who, because of the different times of the month and the changes in the odor of this fluid, them feels are dirty than dirty. So what thing they do? They do thorough cleaning. Some man they sit inside Dettol, disinfectant. Some man they take shower head, they shower down there. Some man they cut lamb, it clean there. He say because enough for smell, not enough for dwam. That is nature. You go find out if you're not person, we're guilty of this, where they do this a lot. You they find out that you they end up forget a lot of vaginal thrush. You they end up forget a lot of pelvic inflammatory disease because that fluid where they not reason make it did it. It did it one for make you able to enjoy sex, but also it did it for protect the walls of the vagina, and also it get the normal flora of waiting there in your body. But when we go put douche. Me and one person will be very guilty of that douche. They actually they go buy all the way to France those days, years back. Now where every time I go to sexual health clinic with BV, they call them bacteria vaginosis. All the time I be they go to sexual health clinic. This is in the 90s. All the time they go. Now one part the woman at the sexual health clinic said to me, "Tell me how you do personal hygiene." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Tell me how you wash yourself, how you look after yourself." Now I explained. Me and they douche myself, and they take the shower head and they spray on there because it's like, oh, cleanliness is next to godliness. That place there for cleaning, not for smell. Not knowing say I they cause more harm to myself than good. But since that day where that woman tell me, now I say, okay, now listen, now stop. This is way before my nursing career. Now stop. Believe me, from that ending, I have not experienced any bacterial vaginosis. And the same goes for urinary tract infection. Now some of these reasons they why make person they be more prone, some women they be more prone to urinary tract infections because of the change of lubrication in that area there. And when it comes to sexual intercourse, what are the impact this they get? Well, for some people, like I say, it thin the walls of the vagina, so it cause pain, it cause itchiness, and it cause discomfort during sex. Hello, good evening, caller. How are you?
Good evening. I'm great. I'm blessed. How are
Good.
you?
That's our sister Kasada Kitchen, right?
Yes, the one and only.
The one and only, aka Daphne Pratt.
I like you no more.
Welcome, welcome. What do you want to say?
Okay. And thank you for inviting me to this program. Like what we talk no more, you see. And they tell people that if I can do like good lubricants.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Well, I think
because as we get old, they lost its elasticity by the body. Even the lubricants that for the underside, but even your own body, the natural body, the face and everything.
Yeah.
If you not moisturize them, see how they deny.
Yes. Yes.
I don't get one funny thing I said a few days there.
Yeah.
I said if they buy every month, you buy lips.
Yes.
Just a month. Now, so you for buy,
yes,
it's stick for cleaning next year about 5 because you other months that one day.
Oh yes. Wait, man, it's another aura 5. It's another aura 5.
If you don't take it, but you have the people that anybody when you know they use the toy or when they use the toy, do you have the toy? Lot of use that the human body. The toilet are for clean face, and for disinfect face. You know some of the sisters don't use that thing in there.
Oh yes.
You don't kill the cells.
The aura in that area. Yes, the aura in that area. You know.
Arum. People have been put arum inside the cell.
Yes.
All that thing that don't cause don't cause damages they don't do. And say not to realize when I use all the harder things that they I don't have for see comments sign up. I don't know so the time when you are not comment.
Zainab say Kasada Kitchen, Zainab say he say Kasada Kitchen, keep it clean oh.
Me a good girl now. Already they don't make a vex. They don't put the picture on WhatsApp and all that. I don't give nobody authority.
Oh dear.
I'm a good girl.
Oh dear.
What talks about it?
No, not all. This is an educated program. We make. Yes. Behavior.
As we get old,
yeah,
we lost we elasticity.
Yes.
So woman then, exercise alone they help for breathing in a day. Factor. Because we don't let the husband or some of you don't let you work.
Yes.
I don't want to help you.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I'm a sister and one of them. The pussy, the Virginia, the cleaning stuff, I'm not gonna have. It's a English name.
It's the vagina. It's a self-cleaning oven.
Yeah. If you keep on the put other things that it cause infection.
Yes.
All you need for do water a little white towel to clean inside because some of people like my sister. When some women have done the period and then they flush themselves, we don't get that one in a salon. Whereas like big as they get and they know about that.
Yes.
When people are not still we don't know how to take care of it. We grow YOLO.
Okay, so thank you so much, Kasada Kitchen. Thank you so much very much. I'll move on to the treatment now where we go talk a bit more about that. Bye. Bye. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're making some people crack, Kasada Kitchen. But lots happen there no more. Lots happen there. Some people say, but we used to do this a lot in Sierra Leone, cleaning ourselves with Dettol and alum. Thank God for being aged and travel exposure. Indeed, Ami Saman, this is the thing. This is why we're saying it. But believe me or not, some people are still doing it who are in the diaspora. So it's not just things we used to do. Some people have, there was this myth that, if you put alum, it will make you tight back. Then you're just causing more harm to yourself than good. So yes, pelvic floor exercise helps with strengthening of the pelvic floor. I think that's more so with a natural elasticity process that's gone on, more to do with childbirth and everything. But this is what they talk about now, where people that they go do things they're not supposed to do. Pelvic floor doesn't really help with vaginal dryness. I beg to differ though. But so let me move on to treatment now. Treatment is basically what is available for we who they go through these hot flushes, through these night sweats, through these palpitations, through these mood swings where we man and they say we get the hand, because like me, I don't know for other person, you know, me now, 1 week before I see me period, I feel like a better woman dog. If you can't hear me, me man, you don't know that now, then you don't begin teach me 16-year-old bobo. So as you see, I can begin and just make eye contact. Then on man dog. So me man, you know, say weekend, where are they in that mood day? What is supposed for doing Saturday host day? No, they wasting time for wow. Because if not so that they are the company like what he said. So so I jump and then they like lie on the jump and pray. For no good reason. And it's like later I can realize now, oh my God, this poor man, what did he do me so? You know, do me nothing, you know. I just don't just bounce pan no more, you know. So anyway, man them do ya una pay attention to them things there, because it's very, very important. Me man, I sit down with her, talk to her, tell her, say, honey, I really, really sorry, but now this they happen, you know. I say, you get for me. I say, you for don't know. I said, yeah, no. No, I don't know. Baby, the man, he don't faint for me, pass how me don't faint for myself. So as then he said, Jack, he don't look me picking some kind of all man. It's like all man they avoid me almost for 1 week. Then they, as I begin see me period, then I feel a bit better. But it really does. Some months then they really affect me. Wearing some silly thing the way person go do me where I'm not supposed to cry about, and they become so emotional about it. So there's small arguments between me and them picking them. I gotta drive to work in tears because of all the heightened emotions, you know. So it is very, very important for that we be aware of what they happen to we and how we go try for waiting save them. So in terms of treatment, I know a lot of people they hear about something where they call HRT. Now HRT is short for hormone replacement therapy. And see just now they tell you about the main hormone where they when I the what's in the card, the joker card for all of this is estrogen. So basically when this therapy gets for do, they try for top up you estrogen level where they go down. So like I said before, if we estrogen level what they see period 100, they will begin for go through perimenopausal and they head for menopause and they begin count down just like a time egg. So basically slowly, but depending on who we are and other issues, now so some of the symptoms go affect you or not. So HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, you get 2 types. Now it doesn't work for everybody. Some people they non-like them, and some people they choose not for like them, because I think the media doesn't do it justice. Some people they blame them for so many things. Some people they even blame and say that they give cancer. Some people they blame and say they make things worse for you, and so forth and so on. Now the jury is out on that. So me not they able me not to doctor, and they can't tell una say go take HRT or not go take HRT. I just tell una say it's one treatment option that is available. And within that HRT day you get 2 types. You get the combined therapy where get both estrogen and progesterone at together, which is specifically for women them where still get the womb as they get the uterus, and now they take that day because they need both the estrogen and the progesterone. And then you get the estrogen only one where they can get a lot of women that we don't get hysterectomy or oophorectomy, which is basically they remove you ovaries. And it comes in various types. HRT you can either take them as a tablet or you can take them as a patch, just like them nicotine patch, small patch, nobody know they don't say wear them. Or you can use them as a gel where you rub them like your skin, then it gets absorbed that way. Or then put them as an implant, just like some of the contraceptive. So that is what it does. Now some of the things that way they help with, they help with the hot flushes, and they help with the night sweats. But of course, instead of getting your side effects, and some of them side effects, and then like breast tenderness, they make your breast very soft, and tender, you don't want to let nobody touch them. You know, if you say sometimes when they wear you bra, it's very difficult for you. It cause vaginal bleeding in some people, and then so they get the reverse effect of what you they try for your body they try for do. Then of course for some people they say there's a lot of evidence that says it also causes blood clots. So it's one of those things. Before you go anywhere near them, you need to go through a lot of consultation with your GP. You need to go through the specialist. Them go talk, read. The community we get for learn for read about things. Look at the pros and cons. Go discuss them with your healthcare professional or somebody else, and then put yourself. And then, like I said before, they say HRT as well can cause some sort of breast cancer, because breast cancer itself has various types, which we will be talking about in October, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So definitely one of my topics for October and the women's health is going to be breast cancer. So that is what HRT does. The other thing that can help with things like hot flushes and night sweats is, for example, wear light clothing. You know, like then light cleaning them. It's really good. A lot of people wear that. What? Hold on, I'm just reading something here. These conversations are very good, especially African men. Yes, so Auntie Becky, welcome, Mrs. Sisay. I have to drink coffee every day. Excellent advices. And then treatment, invest in lots of supplements and nutrients, star flower oil, evening premiums, apple cider, vinegar, B12, etc. Isatta, don't you think menopause works in other women in the opposite? Example, enjoying more. You know what I mean? Maybe, yeah, because of course, let me just touch on this point where Auntie Becky said, you might be right, because you know what? We have two sets of sexual hormones in our body. We've got estrogen and progesterone. Now, the different, what makes us a woman and what makes a man is we women, we get more of estrogen than progesterone, whilst with man them get more of progesterone than estrogen. Now, if in a woman where they go through menopause, if in be somebody where get high level of progesterone anyway, sometimes you can see some woman where they talk in a man voice they get, then that kind of woman then in estrogen level go down, then obviously what then happens is the progesterone they kick in, which go then make that person they go probably be more sexually active because of that progesterone level. We all know why man they're more sexually active than us women is because of the progesterone. So probably that would be, now that's anecdotal. I've not read that anywhere. I'm just thinking and trying to put two and two in terms of me only to way I get. Thank you, Becky. Maybe that is happening this side. Oh, hey, Kari. All right, so maybe now progesterone I don't kick in. You know, research is the key. Every woman's symptom cannot be the same. Thank you. And we need to think about bone density as well. Yes, we mentioned that earlier on, Catherine. It's very, very important. And I'll come to that in a minute in terms of how can we try and avoid that as well. My consultant gynecologist is against HRT, a no-no in his treatment and coping advice. Yes, indeed. Like I said, the jury is out on that. There's a lot of issues going on with HRT. There's no conclusion. So if you can do without it, fine. If you can't, then like everything else, be prepared to take the risk. So going back to hot flushes and night sweats, try to keep your bedroom cool at night. Maybe use a fan. Maybe use a cool shower. Now they've got all these funky type of fans. Like my work colleagues, we all have these Dex fans. My work colleagues have it all the time on because some of them are going through menopause, and so we've now turned it into a joke because they might be feeling too hot whilst we're freezing cold, and then we're trying to balance the temperature so everybody is happy. So, but now they've also got these fans. Now, see, they have this fan you can actually connect to your mobile phone, you know, that you can use for hot flushes, and all these travel fans that are handheld travel fans you can use as well. And also try and reduce your stress level. Stress has a lot to play with some of these things, to do with some of these things. So try and avoid that. Try and avoid potential triggers, such as for some people, their trigger might be spicy food. For some people, their trigger might be caffeine. For some people, smoking and alcohol. So these are the things you have to know yourself. When you know yourself, try and identify what triggers your some of these issues, like your hot flushes and night sweats, and then try and avoid those things. Try and do regular exercise. Now, I know a lot of people, when they hear about exercise, they think, oh, na for go run, or na for go to the gym, go hit machine. No. Even walking, brisk walking is a form of exercise. I am going to start from Monday. I am going to try and do 10,000 steps at least 3 or 4 times a week. So that is something now I've openly pledged that I am going to do that. And then the other thing I'm trying to get together so you all can sign up to is in October, as October is October, let us try and see if we can go 1 month without eating any meat or chicken. Any meat or chicken. I know a lot of people already do that, and those people who do that, I am employing them to join us, to motivate us, and then if we can do a bit of fundraising doing that, and then we can then think about what we can do with that money. I'm happy to start that. I'm thinking of starting that. You know, if anybody wants to join me, that would be great. So it's very important. So don't look at exercise just as running or going to the gym and lifting machines or going on the treadmill. No, you can do soft exercise such as yoga, relaxing exercises. You can just do brisk walking. You can do swimming. Those are all forms of exercises. We move on to the mood swings, the mood changes. Now, people's mood change depending on their personality. Some people get confession as that I'll report to our big group, to the self group. Indeed, oh, indeed, Auntie Marie. And then so mood changes, people go through it in various ways depending on their original personality. Some people, their mood is affected very quickly. Like I said, for me, 1 week before, my mood changes. They can either be low mood, they can either be anxious, they can either be extremely emotional. For me, it's when I feel extremely emotional and temperamental. So it's very, very important you are aware of that and just know and identify it and try to avoid situations. Try and have plenty of rest. I think we're all guilty of that. We don't rest enough and we always blame it on something or this, but we have to try and rest. Again, we have to try and do regular exercises. And then, like I said, look into other things such as cognitive behavior therapy. Cognitive behavior therapy is basically a talking therapy that helps you to change your mindset, the way you look at things, the way you think about things, your ideation about certain things, and to see if you can change that around. And then when we consider things like weak bones is something we're also very prone to with menopause and as well as aging. HRT apparently can help prevent osteoporosis, low bone density such as osteoporosis. However, like Auntie Marie said, it's really entirely up to you and what your clinician thinks and everything. But another thing that is very important during all of this is eating healthily, eating the right food, having the healthy diet, having enough vegetables and enough fruits, less red meat, less fatty and saturated fat, less sugar, and all the bad food that, is considered bad food. Yes, some amount of fat is good for you, but a lot of it is not good for you. So it's very, very important to bear that in mind. And another thing that we forget about is sunlight. Very, very important to expose yourself to sunlight, because when the sun hits your skin, it then triggers the production of vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is what helps keeps your bones strong. And that is why Auntie Marie is referring to supplements and nutrients, because supplements is basically you're trying to supplement whatever your body is naturally producing, but it is not producing it enough. And because we are black skin, we tend to lose vitamin D very quickly, believe it or not, than the Caucasians. I never knew that until recently when I did my routine blood test and I was found to have low vitamin D levels. And that low vitamin D levels in itself can cause lots of issues like increase in fatigue, aches and pains, of course. And so I had to be given a high dose of vitamin D for 1 week ASAP. So it's very, very important. So since then, I now take supplements, vitamin D supplements, just to be on the safe side. Consider stopping to smoke and consider reducing your alcohol intake. And then, of course, take the supplements. The supplements to take is calcium, vitamin D, and etc., and any other that you think. Vitamin B has got nothing to do with your bones. Vitamin B has got things to do with metabolism. So again, that will be a program I'll do, you and your vitamins, so maybe people will know what vitamins are there for and what they do. Because I think when we go to the shops now, there's so many of them, some for your bones, some for your muscles, some for your this. You end up without realizing you're buying the same thing, just different names given. And then because you can overdose yourself with vitamins as well, believe you me. So it's very, very important we think about that and do the right thing. Okay, so same here, I'm on vitamin D. Yes, indeed. But we need pampering. Yes, you need pampering. Oh, our dear honorable is with us. Uncle Peggy Joe Mansare. Hello, how are you? Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. You can go back and watch. I think you've missed a lot, but please stay on and then go back and watch and even read the comments. I think the comments have been very, very educative. My sisters have been trying to note down everything as much as possible. Tem Jalloh said, I say you need to bring health professionals into this kind of discussions. Oh yes, I do, and I think in the viewers as well, there's lots of health professionals, and I've always said I welcome everyone. I welcome every comment. People are quite shy to come on live. I've tried a lot to approach quite a number of people to get them on, but people are quite shy to come on live. So sometimes people just rather be in the background and make comments. So, but Tem Jalloh, if you do have someone or you know of someone who is keen to come on, please, it's very much welcome. I actually do feel lonely when I'm doing it on my own. I always like companionship, like because I believe in collaborative working. So like last week when I did it, if you watched last week or you could go back, it was to do with heart disease and I had 3 guests. So it's very, very interesting. So Mary said, our daughter told me, Mom, buy less Ashobi and spend the money in H&B, PTI Pikin. What is H&B? Auntie Mary, what's H&B? Holland and Barrett. Oh, yes, Holland and Barrett. Yes, and get your supplements, indeed. So it's very, very important for us to bear that in mind. But also you have complementary therapies. You've got homeopathic therapies that are helpful. You've got herbal remedies that are helpful. However, I would always say to people, if you're using those and you're on regular conventional medicine, make sure you take those herbal remedies or homeopathic medicines, take them with you for consultation to your doctor. Show them, discuss them with your doctor, because some of them might interact with your regular medications and they might cause serious side effects. So it's very, very important for you to bear that in mind. Always. And of course, with all of these, if you're not sure what is going on and you don't feel comfortable sharing it with someone else, especially your partner, go to your GP, go to your doctor. Sadly, for people that are back home, I don't think they have much of that opportunity, but now they've also got access to internet, a lot of them, and that is why we're doing these programs, so that the 1 or 2 people who get access to this program will hopefully educate many people. So if for every 1 person we listen, if you're able to educate another 2-3 person, that then 2-3 people themselves go, they educate 2-3 person. This is how the message is shared, This is how the message goes across, and this is how we all benefit from it one way or another. So, I mean, what about the side effects on these HRT treatments? There are plenty side effects, Auntie Becky, and it really varies. Like, for example, HRT sometimes cause some people vaginal bleeding. HRT sometimes cause people blood clots, and HRT sometimes causes people several other issues. And so, like I said, it's very, very important for you to discuss them. You weigh the pros and cons and give them a try. See if it works. If it doesn't work, then take a rain check. Or some people would just naturally choose not to touch it at all. And like Catherine said, always make sure you see your GP for advice. Yeah, always make sure you see your GP for advice. And also, read. Do your research. Hello, I'm Kanko. Do your research. You know, hopefully I'm trying hard not to take them. Yes. So, Auntie Becky, you're doing so many things that would probably help you. I mean, for example, I see you know, you're managing your weight to some extent. Do a bit of exercise, and like I said earlier on, you don't have to go jumping and skipping in the gym or running. Just doing brisk walking, maybe 3-4 times a day. About 20 minutes brisk walk will give you about 10,000 steps. You can measure that on your phone. If you've got a phone, most of them can measure your walking activity every day. Or you can get one of these Fitbit watches that you can put on, because with your phone you have to have it with you for it to measure how many steps you're doing. So it's very important. And yes, Josie Coker, some of the risk of effects is there are Chinese whispers, but you know what the media is like, you know what's happening. People do get scared, and again, that is why it's better for you to check and check and check, and always make sure you you look out for what you need to look out for. You do your reading, you do your research. If you can't, talk to people. Talk to the likes of me. I'm very happy to talk to anyone. My number is pretty much free for all. I don't mind. My husband says, as long as you don't call me after 11 o'clock at night, Monday through to Friday, he doesn't mind. And then you can message me through Messenger. You can inbox me. And if I cannot help, I think I'm always I feel very obliged to signpost you in the right direction. And so far, so good for what I'm doing and what I think I would like to do. So it's very, very important. Kasada Kitchen says herpes is real too. Yes, but I think that has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. That has got to do with sexually transmitted diseases. And I think that's something we can talk about. That would be a whole topic on its own. Is leg cramps a side effect as well? Fatima, it really varies. Sometimes you can relate leg cramps to low potassium level. But obviously you might be thinking, you might be confusing bony pain to leg cramps. So it might be really subjective, but low potassium level can cause leg cramps. Talk it through with a girlfriend. I mean, worthy, sensible ones, big sissies in the form of aunties, good mass, etc. And what else? Sharing. Oh yes, sharing is very important, like Auntie Marie we're doing right now. And then Josie said, I'm referring to your comment about passing the information on via various steps back home. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Yes, I am trying, my sister. I'm really trying. And hopefully, I want to personally go down myself to Sierra Leone this December, God willing, to see what links and connections I can make. And because I'm hoping to take the health show to Sierra Leone, God willing. And if my brothers still support me, I've got two brothers in Sierra Leone who I think I will need their support, of course, and of course all the finances as well. So that doesn't mean I leave UK. I'm still here. I've still got young children to nurture, but I'm looking at how I can, you know, take the health show to Sierra Leone and benefit our brothers and sisters there, our mothers and fathers, because I think they also need it so much, because not just our non-healthcare professionals. I think for me in Sierra Leone, our healthcare professionals are the ones who need more educating than actually the local people, because I think that would help with a lot of the careless and negligent issues we're facing back home. Becky, I work in the community, so I don't drive. That's part of my exercise. Fantastic. So you see, I knew you were doing something already, so that is great. But when people hit menopause, it is known for them not known to use contraceptive. Sexual health, contraception, sexual health is very important. Of course, Catherine, I don't understand that the comment is not very clear, but obviously, oh yes, oh I get it now. Yes, it kind of is like an open season. Yes, I get it. Actually, yes. So they should still use they should still have protective sex if they know they don't have a single partner. If they know there's someone who sleeps around, then they should have protective sex. However, if you know you only have one partner and you're sure of that partner, then it's up to you. Thanks for your lectures, your rally. You rally a genius. God bless. Thank you. God bless you too. Please do. The alternative ways are better than all those. Yes. Go on, my very informed sister. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, ladies, as we close, you're listening and cooking. Oh, my darling sister Zainab. Thank you so much from North America. Thank you. I'm so grateful we've connected. It's amazing. This is so lovely. It's amazing the doors this program has opened for me, being the fact that not personally for my own selfish benefit, but just for everybody's benefit, and how we can make our community a better community that are better informed, more alert and educated. We all don't have to be nurses, we all don't have to be doctors, we all don't have to be lawyers, but those of us who are, we can share our information. We all don't have to be business women or men, but those who are can share their knowledge and experience. So that is why for me, you hear me talking all the time. I talk about let us learn to talk, learn and share, because it's very, very important. It's very, very important. So ladies, talk to your husbands, talk to your partners, talk to your other halves. If you're going through any of these symptoms, sit them down, educate them, and try and give them that opportunity so that they can understand what you're going through. Maybe that would mean happier homes, less quarreling within the house. That will mean less problems in terms of men having affairs, because all of a sudden their beautiful wife, who they used to enjoy sex with, is no longer that keen because they've got reduced sex drive, or they don't no longer enjoy sex because of vaginal dryness. So they rather than sorting out the problem, they rather go look elsewhere. And so speak to them. And of course, with vaginal dryness, there's so many alternatives out there. There's either medicine or lubricants. You can use the HRT as well. There's a gel, a pastry that you can use up there. But yeah, there's so many lubricants you can get over the counter that you don't need prescription for. Water-based and non-water-based is up to you what you want, and what you want to use, and what you're comfortable with. So it's very, very important, and that we think about that and look forward to that. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. I am very, very grateful. I am so happy for all the comments you give. I'm so happy for the level of engagement we've had today. And as always, I'm so grateful for all the positive criticisms I received, the suggestions, the comments. Please, please, please inbox me. Feel free to message me to suggest topics of discussion. I'm very, very open. Fatima Taylor, I'm still waiting for you. You know we have to do things about homelessness. So please, my sister, you need to come. We need to do stuff. I'm probably going to do the sleeping on the street again this year. I'm trying to check out when it is so that and my daughter is keen to do it as well. So I might be getting people like signing up people like DJ Lee to, you know, to come as well. So nope, we have adapted to so long for them. Let people then blow and sleep in peace. Thank you so much. A glass of warm drink to you. Thank you. Also, NHS Patient UK is good source of information. Oh yeah, a lot of my research I do, the first place I go is NHS UK because I know whatever they put there is quite a legitimate, a well-researched content that they've got there. So it's very good and it's very straightforward and it's very easy to read. So next week I'm not going to be around, so I'm not going to have a program next Thursday. However, during the week, I'm going to touch on various issues regarding like blood pressure. So I'll post them on my Facebook page. The importance of checking your blood pressure and understanding what's your baseline. We'll talk about the fact that like this week, it's all to do with organ donation. Where do you stand with organ donation? There's quite a lot of legislation going on regarding whether this country, UK, is going to make it compulsory in the sense if you don't opt out, automatically you are an organ donor. And I know people say, wait to make I go give me kidney to somebody. But then ask yourself, what if I needed a kidney? Would I expect someone to give it to me, or would I just live well alone and die if my life depended on that kidney? So think about that. And then also after that, we'll look at what next to do. But then going on in October, we'll carry on with the women's health series. We will talk about breast cancer. And then, of course, we'll talk about this diet this October, where on the whole of October, we'll stop eating meat and chicken if you choose or care to join. And then I think the last Thursday in September, I'm going to talk about something very important. Put your house in order, which is where we talk about advanced care planning and talk about your will, talk about your lasting power of attorney, talking about joint partnership to your accounts and all of that and the importance of them. Because like we know, today we buried a 25-year-old. Next week, Tuesday, we're going to bury, I think, a 47-year-old. So people are not dying because they've aged. People are dying whether they're babies or they're young or they're teenagers or they're adolescents or they're in their mid-40s. So we all have to prepare ourselves. So by that, I mean we have to put our house in order. So thank you very much. God bless you all. Have a lovely evening, night. Have a good Friday. If you're Muslim, Jum'ah Mubarak. And if you are going to Friday prayers, please give me one dua, please. Very much appreciated for myself and my family. And for all our children who've just started school again, please, let us pray for them. Let us pray for guardians. Let us pray for patience. Let us pray for understanding. Let us pray for wisdom. Let us pray for courage. Let us pray for love and kindness to one another. And have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye and God bless you.
If you're having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but I can't write one. Wills for sure got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, man, forget it. Who would have thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, let's go. Wills for sure, car leasing for every credit score.
some charity organization then, now for each people money, no more they sabi. They know they did not help to people then at the world. But then charity, then left to God. Well, the real charity organization will always they support them, picking them what they need, what they support people them all over West Africa, not them medical speak and spoke a light to the world. And that tell everybody that why I boku thing they don't do. They don't build school, not plenty Africa country them. And more especially not West Africa, Liberia, Guinea-Bissau, it's go Gambia, they don't build it, including Sierra Leone. And they don't help boku people them. For let themselves no say, the charity organization we see them based in the UK, so not up a lie. Then they pull your money, contributing for help people them, not Africa. And not to no other charity organization, not Bamoma organization. Bamoma organization, the slogan says, together we can make it happen. And they don't make it happen, well, now then get them dinner, where they take place right inside UK, that's in London, England, yes, inside British. So now already, Bamoma charity organization, they have vulnerable children there. And on 14 September this year, 2019, then dinner will take place right inside UK. Now, River of Life Center inside UK. So that be great. Mr. Africa for that day, for sure, and I said this charity organization mean a vulnerable big man, adults, picking children. So they will all support them. 14 September inside UK, River of Life, where Bamuma Association, one a charity organization, they bring come this sweet dinner and celebrate for the fauna. Well, now look up some of the things them what Bamoma charity organization don't do. Well, any information what you want now, you can contact them people here. Prince Koroma, Kalawa Ture, Abdul Ture, and Madam Kadi Koroma. Bamoma organization. Bamoma organization. Together we can make it happen.
The Lonsdale Union UK, Look, proudly presents Just Dance. Look, Me, Are, Look, You, Volume 2. Saturday, 26th of October 2019, at JK Banquet Hall, Forest Hill, London, SE23 2NE. Doors open 8 PM. Fee £25 flat. Music by DJ Little & Co. Come and support Look for the betterment of the Lansar community in the area of education, health, art and culture. For info, call 0783 765 6229
money with the one, I saw them say. Me know they jump for me, you know where. Papa just say, anytime I catch up, now holiday. Now holiday. So now forgive me the pay. I want enjoy me holiday. Me holiday. I'm Slim G, I leave melody. I saw we hustling, body do no man me. For the same money thing, but could them a funny me. All kind of one name, I saw them a calling me. So, the big up all the hustlers in the streets, where they find it difficult for getting for eat, yeah. It not easy, some not even get sight for sleep. I am what they say, pray you baba day. They said they go sabi usai the money day. Yeah, me not go the wrong way. I just believe say me I must sabi day. And them they are still there, also for the paper. No the joke, no the bluff of the paper. I say we they are still there, also for the money. Money make me brother man turn me. We wake up on me tracks, stick no day. And we they hustle for the paper every day. Money rules the world, I saw them say. Me know they joke for me, oh no way. Papa just say, anytime I catch up now holiday. Now holiday, so now forgive me the pay. I want enjoy the holiday, the holiday.
Awaka soto gbeke tege. Awaka gbap kalo wilo mi gben bito wa teke lene. Eyo ka uska de kelenge. Awaka tori neke gbengen. Awa maye ma wone mi moke de bito wa teke.
Solos Beats.
Let's get for done, MP get for boss lights. Months get for done, body you like get for God sight. Monday to Friday from dope clean to nice light. I go to bed, semi. They go the best, I they go the best. I they go the best, I they go the best. I they go the best. semen, puis me cry add up. Me bra big phone, they call me for ask what up. If I sleep, I they wake me to what I don't cover me. Thoughts like this make me baby not the bother me. Who's that for pen and who's that for hustle, line the money me. Make a malice the bed and feel away they under me. I they go the vet, 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 I they go the vet.
If you having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but a car rank 1. Wheels for sure, got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, man, forget it. Who would've thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, boom, let's go. Wheels for sure, car leasing for every credit score. If you having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but a car rank 1. Wheels for sure, got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, man, forget it. Who would've thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, boom, let's go. Wheels for sure, car leasing for every credit score. If you haven't